and our styles of trading. If anyone is new in the room, please tell me, and that way I can focus on the basics or anything in specific or anything in sorry, my texts are going off here. If anything in specific that you want me to cover, I'm happy to as well, especially if you have anything to do with the at the open, which is right here, which I think we have a few traders that are working on the at the open method in the room, and this is also included with mentorship, which I think most of you are here in the room. Curly, focus on the roadmap, Jim. Okay. Ken's 1 week. Vitali, good morning. Okay, Jim, fantastic. The basics. All right, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to first focus on what I'm seeing right now. Right now, you can see, for those of you who have the roadmap, it's a very important situation. When the candles land inside of the roadmap, we don't really know if it's going to go through it or not, but the opportunity arises to be very careful, either when it reverses or goes through it. Now, I'm using a 1 minute chart. The ATR is about 4 points, so this is a good place to be. If it starts to get more volatile, I recommend either not to trade or wait until it gets slows down, or drop it down to a 20-second or 30-second chart if that's okay with you, because we want to try to keep the risk as low as possible. So market comes and lands in the roadmap zone. Is everybody okay with that so far? For those of you who have the roadmap or in mentorship? Yep. Now, we don't know if it's going to go through it. Let me just expand this out. And if it holds it, that means it's a counter trend move, a reversal. So we want to see it now reverse off of it, which it's doing. Typically, if it goes through it and the ATR is high, the volatility is high, it means that it's going to continue, right? It's a strong trend. So typically 2 or 3 ticks outside the zone, right about there, is a good opportunity to buy it, right? Stop or stop with limit. But because it landed in a zone, it reversed off the zone, it's a counter trend move in order to go do the opposite. So let me know if you have any questions so far on what I just explained to you on the roadmap, which I think most of you know. Now, the key here, I think now this is really important, is the distance, how far away we enter. So obviously, the closer we enter to the roadmap zone as it's reversing and turning around, the better positioned you are, okay? So, for example, if you decided to enter short here on this candle, the distance from the roadmap zone is much further away. So that's, I think, a riskier move. We really want to enter as the market is turning around, and probably within 2 points of the roadmap zone, we want to sell it. In this case, sell it as it reverses off of it. So it's important to enter as close as possible on these counter trend moves. The same thing is now happening as the market breaks the roadmap zone. This would be an entry a couple of ticks below. Now, some of you have the trading view version of the roadmap, and the trading view version of the roadmap gives you these lines outside of the zones in order to continue the trade. So you can use that. I think 2 or 3 ticks, 3 ticks, 2, 3 ticks past the zone, that would still be my opportunity to either sell it in this case, right? Selling it. Everybody okay with selling it as it breaks the zone, or buying it if it goes and continues through the zone to the upside? I don't want to miss any questions here. Yes, Jim, Vitili. Okay. Or anybody else besides Vitali. All right, I'm going to focus a little bit with Troy on the at the open, because I know Troy is a new trader and he started off with the at the open method. So Troy, I'm going to focus a few minutes with you here on this. So on your chart, you should have the exact same entry, 53, 46, 75 here for the at the open long. Let me know if you're okay with that. Troy, you should have it. I know you're mountain time, right? So you're a different time zone. So it would be my 10 o'clock, roughly 10 o'clock would be your 8 o'clock. Okay, so it's very simple. Once you see the signal, without rushing into it, we place a limit order to enter long very near 53.4675. So the idea here, let me just expand this out here a little bit. The idea here at 53.4675, if I can move this, yep. And those of you who have mentorship also have the same signal, right? So this is not just for Troy, this is for everybody else. We want the market to give us this price, 53.4675. So use a limit order. You can use a market order, but don't chase it. So if you see the signal and you decide to enter, let's say here or here, it's not really the same signal, right? You could say it's the Raodmap, breaking through the Raodmap to the long side. So if you see this long signal, this is what you want to have, or within a tick. If you're waiting because it's at the Raodmap zone, at least wait till it breaks the zone and then you can go long. So when you're combining the methods, it's fine. You have the at the open, you have the Raodmap. Maybe you're concerned that the price may reverse here off of the Raodmap zone here, A, understandable. So wait until it breaks a few ticks and then you can go long. So I just want to make sure everybody is okay with that understanding for the advanced traders, and Troy as well, if you're okay with that at the open too. And Troy, if you have any questions for me specifically, please tell me, or ask me, I should say. You can just use the at the open. Absolutely, you can. Yes, I'm talking, Sai. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Check your speakers, okay, Sai? Okay, Troy says, what would be the best target and stop for today? So if we're looking at the open, Troy, just for you, so I'm just focusing on Troy here and at the open. If at the time of this signal, if you take a look here at the average true range, at the time, this is 4 points, right? And here, we don't exactly know if it's going to reverse off the market. So I'm just going to speak about the at the open here. This is about 4.25. I would say 4 points to be a little bit more conservative. This would be my initial target. Now, I don't like to risk more than 5 points. If the ATR is less than 5 points, then that's fine. If the ATR is more than 5 points, let's say the ATR is here at, let's say 6 or 7, you have to risk more in order to stay in the trade. But because we're under 5 points, that really should be the maximum that you should be risking. So to answer your question, Troy, not more than 5 points maximum, because the ATR is under 5, and the target should be about 4, maybe 4.25, just to be a little bit more conservative. And that's at the time that this happened. As we move forward, think about a time-based stop, 4, 5, 6 candles at the most, really not more than 15 minutes on a 1-minute chart. And so this happened pretty fast. You're in, you're out, you're done, and that's it. You don't take the trade again. Okay, Troy, just to be clear with that on Troy. Let me just take a look where we are. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing here. For those of you who are thinking about an opportunity, I want to see it land in the zone. It hasn't quite landed in the zone yet, so it has to land inside. So we're right on the edge, not quite yet there. We're not there yet. Let it go inside the zone, and then wait till it reverses. Opportunity number 1 would be that. Opportunity number 2 would be maybe an X5 trade. An X5 trade, for those of you who know the X5 method, you may see a short here using the X5 trade. The X5 method is included with Trade Scalper and Lifetime, as well as mentorship. So just think about the X5 trade here. Next thing we see is if it continues, entry at 53.58.75. I think that would be a good, a little bit, 53.50. 53.50. Okay. Did I lose anybody? Make sure I'm not going too fast for everyone here. Jim's good. Okay. These shaded areas here are the blueprint. I've seen a few emails come through for the update on the blueprint version 3. If you'd like to join us every day, we have a live trading room just like this. Visit daytradetowin.com, get a free member account if you don't already have one. Download some free software and courses for NinjaTrader and TradingView, and I'll see everyone in the next class.